6 Sports presents the Dean Trailways 5th quarter 30th anniversary.
To our photog, Connor Wilson. He always just does an incredible job with the cold open. Well, did we ever have a picture-perfect night for some high school football? Not to mention there were some serious league implications on the line in Week 6 of the season. Hello and welcome to the Dean Trailways 5th quarter. As always, thank you for spending your Friday night with us. I'm Audrey Dahlgren.
And I'm Nick Mantis. One of those huge league games tonight went down in Charlotte. The Orioles hosted Portland. Winner of this one gets at least a share of the CAAC White title. And the Charlotte Flight Club was flipping out. Wow. Fired up at the opportunity to win a league title for the first time in 14 years. The Raiders of Portland have won the White 5 out of the last 6 seasons, but the Orioles have Braden Hill, and he's a bad man. Midway through the 3rd quarter, Hill cuts to the outside, takes this one 80 yards to the house, cutting into Portland's lead and making it just a 10-point game. But the Raiders answered back with their speedster, Drew Miller. Nickname is Sonic, like the Hedgehog, because he's got some wheels. He says, right back at you with a 54-yard sprint. Then about a minute later, it's Hill again, showing that Sonic speed, this time from 44 yards out for his 4th touchdown of the night. As the Raiders pulled away to win it 40-13 the final. And they will go on to have a share of the CAAC White title. And for Portland, this checks off the first box on the to-do list.
It's our goal every season, to win a league title. We got one more game left in front of us, against a tough LCC team that's getting better every week. We just got to, have the same type of prep that we did this week, just be focused in.
We always have the goal of winning going to the state finals, but first goal is always the league. Last year we fell short of that against Lansing Catholic, so we'll be looking to go at them next week and make sure we control it.
Well, ever since their loss to Charlotte to start the year 0-3, Jim Baker's Lansing Catholic Cougars have been rolling.
Yeah, the reigning champs in Division 6 have won 2 in the White, heading into another showdown this evening with a league foe. So the real question here is, would they be able to keep gaining ground in the conference? Let's bring in our Ian Kress and Haley Schoengart for the answer, because E, you were at that game tonight.
Indeed I was. Hey guys, starting the season 0-3, the Cougars were looking to get back to 500 on the season tonight to keep their league title hopes alive.
Jim Baker and company made the trek to Ionia, and they'd have to play tonight's game without one of their key guys.
Yeah, Lansing Catholic's top playmaker and MSU commit Brandon Lewis wasn't in uniform tonight due to a shoulder injury he suffered last week, and this was a 0-0 game in the 2nd quarter, so Baker would have loved to have him out there, but Nick Gruber changed the scoreless drought in a hurry. He scampers into the end zone for 6. The extra point, though, no good, so the Cougs go up 6-0. Ionia was looking for some kind of momentum on offense in the first half. However, Braden Rabideau will quickly shut the door on that. This interception gives the ball back to Lansing Catholic's offense, but Ionia would regain the ball and would take another shot downfield. Travis Tucker Jr. connects with Mason Duty, and Ionia goes on to take down Lansing Catholic in overtime, 19-18 the final.
And staying in the CAAC White, John L. Davis and company had a date with the Greyhounds of Eaton Rapids. First possession of the game, and John Douglas was so fast I couldn't even hit record to get the snap. He'll go 50 yards to the house to give Sexton the early lead, 8-0. Now 2 plays later, Eaton Rapids going to send it to the air, and whose hands does it find? None other than Dajon Chandler's. He'll dodge his way through traffic and take it all the way to the house. A pick 6 for the senior, one of his many highlight-worthy plays tonight. Sexton scored on all of their possessions in the 1st quarter, and because of that, they cruise past the Greyhounds easily, 56-0 the final.
He's dancing right there down the sideline.
Nice
yeah, after taking down DeWitt 2 weeks ago tonight, East Lansing entered this week sitting atop of the CAAC Blue all by itself at 2-0 in the league, and they'd make it 3-0 by the end of the night.
And the Trojans shut out Lansing Everett 48-0 to keep the good vibes rolling into the weekend.
Yeah, Grand Ledge tonight, too. The Comets welcome DeWitt to town, and these 5th grade Panthers were all jazzed up on Sour Patch Kids and Pop. How can you not love the enthusiasm? And the high school boys would give them plenty to cheer about. Second play of the game, DeWitt's Mr. Do-It-All, Bryce Kearns, takes it 75 yards to the Casa to give the Panthers the early 7-0 lead. But what do you know? GL punched right back. Very next possession, the Comets have the ball on the 2-yard line, and Mason Stocker punches it in 7-7 all. This game was more like a tennis match than a football game. Very next possession for the Panthers, and Elliot Larner hits Kearns for another TD. But here's the thing. Grand Ledge's Sean Foster single-handedly won this game for the Comets. 7 total touchdowns and 398 yards for the senior, including the game winner with 44 seconds left on the clock. And unfortunately, we weren't there for any of them, but what a game by Foster. GL takes down DeWitt 49-56. All right, over at Waverly, D.A. Jones was coaching in his first crosstown rivalry game against Holt, and the Rams came out of halftime ready to rumble. Third quarter, 4th and 4 for the Warriors, and Holt's Connor Crapo forces the turnover. You can't see it because the ref wanted to be on the 5th quarter, but he did for the turnover on the downs, and the Rams made sure to turn it into a touchdown. Seneca Moore hits Ryan Davis right in his breadbasket for the TD, and Coach Chad Falk was like, let's go for 2, and that's what the Rams, well, they would do. Moore, the keeper, to put Holt up 16-0 right here. They go on to win it 30-6. E. Haley, what you got?
Well, we got a break to take. Break number 1, and when we come back, a flock of eagles landed in Pirates country.
Yeah, all of that paid a visit to Pewamo, Westphalia, and we were treated to a good one tonight.
Oh, yeah, you got that right. We'll take a look at PW as well as Mason, because the Bulldogs had a league title on their mind. All that coming up next on the Dean Trailways 5th Quarter.
Dean Trailways 5th Quarter is sponsored by the U.S. Army. Find your career in the U.S. Army at GoArmy.com.
You've got a way with words. Use them to lead people to common ground. Wondering how you can contribute? Carry the weight of the world over air, land, and sea. You the kind that likes to lend a hand? Master procedures that put soldiers back on their feet. We give you every possible chance to show you care. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey, saddle up. Come on over to Sundance. Lots of cars to choose from. Here's some examples. All kinds of cars. 2013 Sonic. $129 down, $129 a month, tax included.
Here's a 19 Nissan convertible. Woohoo! Look at that for $38.9.
There's a Cadillac XTS. $399 down, $399 a month, taxes included.
Here's a Dodge Ram pickup truck, 4-wheel drive. $274 down, $274 a month, tax and place included.
That's just examples of 1,200 cars on the ground. Cars and trucks for you. Big savings at Sundance.
Get in gear this fall with 11% off everything at Menards. The Pro Quality Master Force Low Profile 3-ton floor jack has dual hydraulic pistons and a lift range of 3 1/8 to 20 inches. Get yours now with 11% off. Finish cleaning up your garage with help from Shop Vac. This 5-gallon stainless steel wet dry vac can tackle the toughest messes, wet or dry. Save 11% on all Shop Vac products. Get 11% off everything now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
At Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, you'll find countless chairs, including our legendary Lazy Boy recliner, in styles to meet your every need. And yes, that includes naps. Announcing the super sale at Lazy Boy. Get 40% off store-wide, plus an extra 10% off sale prices. Plus, we'll cover the sales tax on your entire furniture purchase. And rest well, knowing everyone's happy. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
I'm Tom Barrett, and I approve this message.
Alyssa Slotkin voting with Biden 100% of the time, and look what it's gotten us.
Alyssa is going to do what Biden wants to do.
People can't afford food, can't afford their gas and home heating.
Home prices are through the roof, rents through the roof. Alyssa Slotkin has a help one bed.
The Democrat Party has got us to where we are now. They believe that government can solve the problem.
Right.
Government is the problem.
Exactly.
Your hearing is as unique as your fingerprint. At Advanced Audiology, we conduct diagnostic testing to find the cause of your hearing loss and provide customized solutions that work for you.
Hearing starts here at Advanced Audiology.
The new 6 News app is redesigned with you in mind. We've provided a new experience that begins on our homepage, featuring local news blocks, your weather forecast, and easy push notification subscription. There's also on-demand video and streaming alerts. Download the 6 News app today.
Welcome back to the Dean Trailways fifth quarter. After a loss to Fowler last week, Pewamo Westphalia was hoping to avoid back-to-back losses for the first time since 2006.
The Pirates were faced with another tough test this week. Last week, it was the Fowler Eagles, and this week, the Olivet Eagles, baby.
Kind of fitting, and no PW home game is complete without Pirate Pete. The Pirates are also going to have to reserve a spot on the cheerleading squad for this little one in a couple years. On the field, though, this was a straight dogfight. Grant Pohl comes up with a tackle for loss, and by the end of the third quarter, Olivet was clinging on to a 7-0 lead. In the final quarter belonged to Bo Lincoln tonight. The junior quarterback runs it in for 6 to increase the Eagles' lead. Then on defense, Olivet is going to force a fumble, and guess who jumps on it? Anyone? Anyone? Well, that would be Lincoln for 6. Olivet goes on the road to take down PW 20-7. Lincoln scored all 3 touchdowns tonight for Olivet, and he delivered when his coaches called on him the most.
We've kind of been kid gloves a little bit with Bo as far as running the football this year because we can't afford to get him banged up at all. And I told him going in down the home stretch here, get ready because you're going to have the ball a lot more in your hands, and he absolutely delivered.
You know, it's a big step forward. We lost to him last year, but, you know, it's a first of many to come.
Well, over to Potterville, the Viking mascot was ready for war. The Vikings on the field looking for their first win of the season, but when hosting Fowler, who just beat Pewamo Westphalia last week, it's going to be a rough ride. The Eagles go into the ground, handing it off to Nolan Stump, who follows his blockers for a 19-yard run into the end zone, making it look easy. Then right before the half, the Eagles go into the air. Jacob Hoffman finds Hudson Schlack, who bounces off a Potterville tackle as the Eagles would go on to win it 40-6, the final to remain undefeated.
And now making our way down the Interstate 8 after an 0-3 start, Jackson Lumen Christi has won their last 2, Ian.
Yeah, the Titans are trying to keep pace with Hastings, who beat Marshall tonight 60-8 to remain unbeaten in the league.
It wouldn't be a Friday night without heading down to Jackson to check in on our Prepsters. It was homecoming for Jackson Lumen Christi, and the Northwest Mounties were looking to spoil it. We begin 2nd and 5 on the 14. Derek Walker gets the handoff and bounces to the outside. He gets in for 6. The extra point is good, and the Titans will go up 7-0. Lumen Christi would find the end zone once more to go up 14-0, but I have to show this. Derek Walker had himself a night. He finds all the right holes, and it's just way too fast for those Mountie defenders. All the MSU fans would agree there is some good juju with the last name Walker. The Titans remain unbeaten in league play, topping the Mounties 35-7. And while down in J-Town, Parma Western was playing host to Battle Creek Harper. Second half, Panthers up 7-0. The ball on the Beaver 39. Ty Keeler steps back and sends an absolute dime down to Ben Parrott, and he will find himself in the end zone to extend the Panther lead to 14. Now with a minute left in the third, it's 4th down on the 23. The Panthers go for it. Keeler rolls out and sends one down to Noah Burdiner, and despite the 2 Beaver defenders being all up in his face, the helmet comes off, but nonetheless, he makes the grab. Parma Western gets it done tonight. They shut out Battle Creek Harper 34-0. Audrey, take it away.
Yeah, some grit right there. All right, so we run you through the white, blue, CMAC, and Interstate 8, which leads us to the one and only CAAC Red.
Now, Mason has been dominating its schedule coming into tonight. 5-0 overall, 3-0 in the Reds. So a win this evening against Eastern would give them a share of the title.
Yeah, it was homecoming in Mason tonight, and Gary Houghton's Bulldogs let out a mean bark against Lansing Eastern. First quarter up 7-0. Kason Carswell finds a wide open Colin Page downfield, and there wasn't a defender in sight. He walked right on into the end zone for a touchdown. Bulldogs also getting it done on the ground. No surprise there. Malik Pop gets the handoff, and he'll go untouched for another quick 6 for a 21-0 lead. And then check out this play. Carswell scrambles to his right before taking a shot at the end zone. What a catch by Derek Badgley. Carswell tossed 2 Ds, 2 TDs. AJ Martell rushed for 3 more, and that is what you call a happy homecoming for the Bulldogs. 48-0, the final.
Well, let's head up to Hazlitt. Brad Thomas and his squad looking for a bounce-back dub after losing to Mason last week. The Vikings were in full control of this one when we arrived, and when we got to highlight Nakia Mockery. He scored 3 touchdowns tonight, 1 on the ground, 2 through the air. Hazlitt up big to this point, but there's a reason why they're called the Gladiators, because they do not give up. As Adam Schleiman gets the sweep, breaks a few tackles before being brought down, but this one was all Hazlitt, and 42-6 the final. All right, it's time for us to take one more water break, but when we come back, we're honing in on the Michigan State hockey.
Yeah, the anticipation is building for the first puck drop of the Adam Nightingale era tomorrow, and he finally announced today who the Spartans captain is going to be for the 2022-23 season. There's also a lot of anticipation surrounding the Spartan football team. Will the defense get its swagger back tomorrow in College Park? It's all coming up next on the Dean Trailways fifth quarter, so grab a snack and meet us right back.
High school sports action with the Dean Trailways 5th quarter 30th anniversary. Friday nights at 11:15 on WLNS.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
Make the change to MSU Federal Credit Union. MSU FCU focuses on our members and the community, offering free checking, free financial education, and low loan rates. Stop by a branch or check us out online.
Thinking about moving? Make your next house a home with a mortgage from MSU Federal Credit Union. Apply for your mortgage loan today by calling or applying on the app. You can also apply online. MSU FCU, building dreams together.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. When you don't know where to turn, let 211 be your guiding light.
How can I help you?
Our guides are ready to connect you with the help you need. For help with food, healthcare, mental health, and other resources. Call 211 or visit 211.org. 211. Get connected, get help.
Since 1989, you've helped solve crime for more than 30 years. Your tips have helped Crime Stoppers of Mid-Michigan take wanted fugitives off our streets. Crime Stoppers offers rewards of up to $1,000 for tips that you provide, leading to the capture of wanted fugitive felons. Support Crime Stoppers. Donate online at crimestoppersofmidmichigan.com and keep calling in your tips at 517-483-STOP. Join Crime Stoppers in making our Mid-Michigan communities safe.
Welcome back to the Dean Trailways fifth quarter. Tomorrow at 3:30 in College Park, Michigan State's football team is hoping to turn the tide against Maryland, especially on defense.
Yeah, it's been a rough go for the Spartans defense. In their last two games, they've given up more than 500 total yards.
Yeah, Mel Tucker and co departed East Lansing earlier this afternoon, and he has the utmost confidence in his team. He feels that way based upon the film and how his assistants went about making some changes this week. And one thing that came up at his press conference is how does he get the defense to play with the same swagger it started the season with?
We just coach it into them, and then gaining confidence in practice, by doing it fast in practice and making plays on a consistent basis in practice. The swagger is I'm not sure exactly what the definition of that is, but I would think that it's playing with confidence because of demonstrated ability in practice, and then starting fast in games.
Well, in less than 24 hours, a new chapter of Michigan State hockey will get underway with a new coach, new facility, 13 new additions, and now a new captain in Miroslav Muka.
The grad transfer from Lake Superior State and the Spartans will take on a traditionally tough U.S. National Development Program squad tomorrow night, and the players are high on Muka being named captain.
I think all the guys work really hard, but I would say Miro, who's our captain, he's been really good, I think so. Very well. I think all the guys got a lot better with the practice. We have long practices, really intense, but I think it makes us better hockey players. So.
Absolutely, and it's nice to see kind of like football, hockey has a lot of transfers as well.
Yeah.
Should be an interesting year.
I can't believe we're almost to hockey season. It's
I
going
know.
by so
I don't wanna
fast.
think about
Basketball season will be here before you know it.
That too. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your Friday night. Thanks for being with us.